Hey, what's up guys? Kevin, and today I'm going to be doing a review on Aspire's Favostix. So you can check it out. Really pretty device. Here's the gray version of it. Vape's like a dream. So I'm going to first start off the video just letting you know, I mean, this is a great device. And I'm going to be comparing it with other devices like the Caliburn G, Coco Prime, and then also the Vthru. So stick around to see how it holds up and how it performs, right? Also, I just want to mention a quick thing about Aspire. I've been extremely impressed by their professionalism and just the fact that I reached out to them telling them months ago that I was interested in this Favostix. The first day I saw anything about it, I went and I asked, right? Like, how can I get my hands on this? I'd love to test it for my subscribers. It's right in my wheelhouse. It's a small little mouth to lung pod kit, okay? And everything just on paper looked like it was gonna be a great device. Well, they said, let's see your channel. They went and saw my channel. I probably only had maybe 150, 200 subscribers. Even now, I mean, I'm under 500, right? It's a small channel. But they said, all right, cool, we'll send you one. And I've been talking to them since then, just because I've been impatient. Just, hey, when are they coming out? When are they coming out? I've just been waiting for them to essentially release the device. And now it's released. They sent it to me and I can review it. So, you know, with that said, another thing that you guys probably aren't even supposed to see, right? They sent me a list of just, these are review items, right? And in it, it just tells me a little bit about the Aspire Favostix. It talks about like speaking points, if I need help finding any of those, or in special features. So really just impressed, like I said, with Aspire for supporting the people that, you know, that ask them first off, like, hey, can I try this? But then the reviewers, right? There's nothing in here that says that I can't give a bad review. There's nothing in here that suggests, and nothing in any of the conversations that I've had with them that suggests if I give them a bad review, they're not going to send me another device to try. But I just wanted you guys to know that. It's actually pretty cool, and I really like it, and I love the device. So without further ado, let's jump into it. The Aspire Favostix. If you want to see an unboxing, you're not going to get it here, because I am way too impatient with my devices to sit and leave them unopened for a day or however long it's gonna take for me to actually go and review these things. So I'm just gonna show you the device that I have. First off, this is the packaging. This is for the Amethyst Purple, and it's a beautiful color. I mean, Liz absolutely loved the color when she saw it. Really nice, and that's great because we need more women to quit smoking and come into vaping, right? But even so, I mean, now I'm getting, it's not gender exclusive or anything like that. It's actually a really sharp color, and I like it too. So but anyway, you see the packaging, and on the back it tells you the contents of the box, right? You got your Favostix device, one. You got 2 pods. One's going to be pre-installed in the actual device, right? And then you get a USB-C cable. Pretty simple. In addition, you get your user manual. I'm going to tell you, you're probably not going to need it because it's a pretty easy device to understand. That's where of all of the speaking points and other random things that Aspire put in here to talk about, right? One thing that I think that they really kind of missed the ball on is the fact that this is a simple device. It's simple. It's easy. There's no removable coil. There's really, I mean, only adjustable wattage, but you really don't even need to adjust it. It's a beautiful draw. No adjustable airflow or anything like that. It's just a solid, easy 5 clicks to turn it on and you go, right? And that's the thing that I absolutely love about, or love the most about it. So let's get into the features, right? You got a restricted direct to lung pod, all right, which is in my purple device, right? And on here, very, very nicely tells you all of the information that you want to know about it. It's a 0.6 ohm pod, and the recommended wattage to fire it at is between 15 and 18 watts. Okay, beautiful, simple. The other thing that it actually does tell you in here and in the user manual is that the coils are made of Kanthal. So that's actually really nice that you know that these are Kanthal coils in the pods. So you got your restricted direct to lung pod, and then you have your, just making sure it's facing the right way, and then you have your mouth to lung pod, and that's going to be a 1 ohm coil inside there, and on it it tells you that the recommended wattage range to fire it at is 12 to 15 watts. Simple, easy. So the fact that the device goes to 30 watts, it doesn't even need to go anywhere near 30 watts. You wouldn't want to fire either of these pods at 30 watts. So stick within the recommended wattage range and you'll be happy. I'm telling you, you're gonna be happy with it. There's a standard version, a TPD version, a CRC version, and as well as a Danish version. So there's total of 5 different versions of the device. So if you live in the US and you don't want a child resistant cap or anything like that, make sure to buy the standard version, right? Same thing when it comes to living in the UK. I mean, just in case, I mean, you should probably buy the compliant one, right? And the Danish version too, right? So just know that there are different types. Make sure that you order the correct one. All right, so I mean, it's got a little screen, which is actually helpful and nice. All right, you take a look at that. It's an OLED screen, 0.43 inches. I'm looking at my little sheet here. It works on both auto draw and button fire. Fantastic. They say there's a 1,000 milliamp hour battery in here, and it's also got Type-C quick charging. Now, what I really, really, really like about this pod is the fact that this bottom fill feature is pretty darn innovative, all right? Now, take a look at this pod. I'm gonna come in a little closer, and I'm gonna put my little fingernail in here. I say little because I bite my nails, all right? And no problems, no issues, right? And then I'm just gonna twist this off. Now, when I initially saw this, and Liz did too, right? We're a little bit leery about this joint, okay? You will see that there is like a little line here, okay? Little bit leery about that joint. I'm going to suggest that you be cautious with it. Like, don't snap that off, right? If you snap it off, you're not gonna be able to use your pod, all right? You're gonna have to find some other way of plugging it up. So, with that said, be careful with that. I am going to feature this. I love this device so much that I will feature it on Coil and Performance Reviews, and I'm sure that something's gonna come up with this, and I'm gonna talk to you about it, right? So, anyway, all you do, you lift this up, and then there's 2 holes, okay? And I mean, there's one that's a little bit bigger. That's the one I've been using to just put your e-juice in. Simple. Done. When you're done with that, click, goes right back. And so far, 0 indications that this thing's gonna leak. Absolutely no indications that this is gonna leak. I've refilled these pods several times in only the day that I've had it, right? But refilled this, that's how much I use them. They're freaking great, okay? But anyway, no indications that that little top thing or that little flap is going to break off yet. Okay, so I don't want to make a problem where there isn't one yet, but just letting you know. Okay, the coils are not replaceable, so you do have to buy pods. But when I was looking around, they're pretty cheap, right? I mean, everybody knows Aspire. Also, you got to understand too, Aspire is available everywhere. So most vape shops are going to have Aspire, coils, pods, all of that. One thing that I don't want to forget to mention is the fact that my first Nic Salt device that had that was replaceable. So I mean, I'm sorry, my first open fill Nic Salt device. The first Nic Salt device I tried was a Juul. Okay, was an Aspire mini can, and I used that Aspire mini can like crazy to try and cut my cravings. Well, I mean, I did until I found the Caliburn, right? But with this, no question that this rivals Caliburn G in terms of flavor and just ease, simplicity, anything like that. This is a fantastic device. This is not one of those devices that's at a lower level. It's a great, great device. But anyway, pod capacity, 3 milliliters instead of your standard 2. But if you end up getting a certain version like TPD version, it might be 2 milliliters. So know that. And yeah, the tank material, PCTG instead of PETG, right? So that's good. And then the coil material is Kanthal. Now, just trying to see if there's anything else to kind of put in here. I think we pretty much covered it. Now, how does it vape? And how does it vape in comparison to some of my favorite devices? Well, let's see. All right, so with this one, 0.6 ohm coil, and that is at 17 watts. 17 watts, right? It's kind of a perfect restricted direct to lung to me. You know, you can't really mouth to lung this pod very well. I mean, you can, but it's loose. It's a bit airy to do so, okay? So you take the draw, and then you feel the tightness, right? And you feel the throat hit, and it's just lovely. It's great. I just looked over there, like Liz is taking selfies wearing this like beanie, like a winter hat. She's bored, tired, overtired with the baby, right? But anyway, I mean, this is fantastic. It really is. It's delicious. It's so very, very good. All right. Now, how does that compare to, I guess, the closest, right? Oh, here I am dropping things. Closest I got is the Caliburn G, right? And this is going to be the 0.8 ohm Caliburn G coil. So that, I think, is the restricted, yeah, so that's the RDL mode. So RDL mode, versus RDL mode. Bigger lung hit on this. This has more air flow than the restricted direct lung mode, okay, of the Favostix. In terms of flavor, man, I mean, it's a tight race. Like, honestly, I like that this is a warmer vape. It's a warmer vape, but understand, like, I'm not talking like burning warm or anything like that, but this definitely is a cooler vape. One of the ways that I test for flavor, just so you guys are aware, is I'm going to vape on these a couple times, and essentially, like, what I'm already noticing, but I'm going to confirm, is that I can't taste the Caliburn G vapor as well as I can this. Yeah, so honestly, I mean, this is pumping out more flavor than the Caliburn G coil is. It's a 0.6 ohm coil pumping out more flavor, right? I think maybe for the restricted direct lung, well, so that's the thing. I think maybe I like the airflow a little bit airier than this, although this is, like, to me, a perfect RDL hit. Like, but I probably would want mine to be a little looser as a change up, right, between mouth to lung and all that. So, or maybe it's just because I'm used to this, but I think I like the airflow a little bit better in the 0.8 coil of the G, but the flavor is better. I mean, it's better in the Favostix. So that's a big one. That's a big win there, right? Now, let's move on to the 1 ohm coil. And I'm gonna be vaping the 1 ohm coil at 13 watts. You know what, let's just bring it up to 15 watts. Let's make it a fair game. Because I know that the Coco Prime here vapes at 15 watts. Just making sure that I have my 1 ohm coil in here. And now I'm going to put this on mouth to lung. This is on mouth to lung. Ready? Very hard to differentiate. Yeah, I mean, they're so close. They're so close there. And you know, the airflow, like the reviews that I've seen so far about the airflow on these things, is that, you know, they're saying that this is looser than the Caliburn G in mouth to lung mode. No, it's not. It's like dead on. No, it's actually a little bit tighter, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, that's bordering on my perfect mouth to lung hit. And with flavor, these are both fresh pods. You know, fresh coil, fresh pod. Burning at the same temp. Yeah, I mean, it's dead on, dead on. So I think the 1 ohm coil is a winner, right? I'm gonna click this 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and hang on a minute. There we go. And I'm gonna change the wattage, and I'm gonna take the wattage all the way down. By the way, when you do this, it goes up to 30 in round robins, right? There's no up or down on it. I've actually been vaping this at 12 watts. So let me just double check. Yeah, I might like that better. Okay, so maybe the flavor on this at 15 watts to this at 12 watts is perhaps a little bit better on the Caliburn G there, But I like the temperature of this at 12 watts, and I like the airflow. Switching this to restricted direct. Yeah, I mean, it's not really comparable all that much. I mean, the warmth and the complexity of the flavor and the denseness of the cloud and the vapor inside your lungs, really, really fantastic on this Favostix. And, you know, in terms of airflow, I'm going to put this, let's just say, a tad tighter than the Caliburn G, right, in mouth to lung mode. And let me just see how the airflow is. I think this might be a similar airflow in the restricted direct, okay? So let's see. No, this is a little bit tighter, okay? So I'm gonna say that this is, the restricted direct is a little bit tighter of an airflow than the restricted mode in both of these, and then the mouth to lung is a little bit tighter too. So I'm saying that the Favostix is a bit tighter in coil, or I'm sorry, in airflow. Originally, when it first came out, I thought it was gonna have an adjustable airflow. You'll see the little pin right there. In fact, there's two here. Now, I thought that this was gonna have like your dual channel airflow. If it does, I can't really tell yet, you know. But in the instruction manual, it doesn't say it. In the talking points, it doesn't say anything about it. But yeah, so Kevin, I mean, overall, like, how does this perform? Amazing, okay? I'm actually gonna turn this off, grab my Vthru and my Scepter as well. All right, guys, I'm back. So here we go. I figure if we're gonna do it, go big or go home, all right? I have been a little bit nervous about recommending devices that I've only had, you know, for a day or a couple days or whatever. So I've been trying to put reviews out a little bit later and spend some good time with them. So here, I've got Scepter mouth to lung pod, and I'm gonna put that all the way down to the mouth to lung mode. And then I have my 1.2 ohm Vthru pod here. All right, let's compare them. Now, I know this is gonna beat the Scepter in terms of flavor, but Scepter all the way closed off is tighter. Yeah, slightly tighter. So Scepter all the way closed off, a little bit tighter. The Favostix beats it flavor-wise, right? Let's open up the mouth to lung on here and see how it compares. Pretty good. I'm actually gonna say that the Scepter opened up all the way is a little bit looser than the restricted direct lung. Yeah, Scepter's looser. So even the RDTL pod's a little bit tighter than the mouth to lung version of the Scepter pod with the 0.65 coil, right? Now, on to the Vthru, because a lot of you guys love this device too, right? I do too, right? Same juice, just to let you know. It's Strawberry Blood by Sad Boy, I think, right? Nicked up to 12 milligrams. Man, they are both just, I'm getting kind of vapor's tongue when I'm using the Vthru, but a little bit too with the Favostix. I think the Favostix a little bit more flavorful in the RDL pod. Mouth to lung at 12. All right, so the 1.2 ohm pod is a little bit tighter than the Favostix mouth to lung pod, right? But the flavor, I mean, it's almost in, you almost, a bit of a cooler vape, so maybe I prefer this. But yeah, I mean, the flavor's dead on. You can't go wrong with it. So far, guys, when it comes down to it, the Favostix, it's right there with the best pods out on the market. You know, the only thing about it, I would say, is I'm just unsure of the performance on it yet. The button fire, something to mention. Okay, so let's get into the pros and cons. Flavor, outstanding. The airflow, the actual airflow just fits me like a glove. It's perfect, right? That might be different for some of you guys, but to me, it's a pro, right? Other big pro is going to be the fact that the temperature of the vape is outstanding. Another pro, the simplicity of it, right? Super simple. Another pro is going to be the cost of the device. The device is going to be around 20 bucks, and the pods are going to be cheap because they're Aspire, right? The availability of the pods is going to be another pro. The fact that Aspire is known for being a great freaking company, and that they stand behind their products, another pro, right? What are the cons? Oh, another pro, it's going to be 1,000 milliamp hour battery life. Now, I can tell you that's not enough to get me through a full day. I vape a lot. So, you know, actually, even with the two of them, not quite enough. But then I wasn't charging them like when I did end up charging them, they were at like 43 or 60. Like, what's it at now? Yeah, I mean, this one's at 54% right now. It looks like I just had charged this. So maybe it's enough to get you through the day if you got two of them. I don't know, but that's a pro, big pro. Into the cons, maybe the fact that you just can't adjust the airflow. I mean, like I said, fits me like a glove. Bam, I'm using both of these. Haven't really been using my other devices, so that could be the fact that it's shiny and new as well. But you know, like I do wish maybe I had an option to just make this a little looser, a little bit tighter. I'm sure I'm gonna probably want that, right, at some point. I can't call the filling method a con because that's a pro. I just don't know about its durability yet. Man, I can't think of anything other than pros, and I'm being honest here. You know, another pro is the fact that, yeah, I mean, it's so easy to fill. Another pro is the fact that I can, and my dog's going apeshit. The other one is the fact that I can see my juice levels so much easier than the, you know, than the Caliburn G and the Coco Prime. You know, maybe a con is going to be the fire button, but that fire button takes a lot to press. It takes a lot to press. I don't think this is going to be very easily firing off on you in your pocket. I mean, you take this and, I mean, I'm applying the same pressure. Oh, well, I just turned this device off. Guess what? This isn't. other pro is going to be this quiet. Yeah, I mean, initially, guys, I mean, you might have a device that dethroned the Caliburn G for me now. And that makes me pretty happy. You know, it's one of those things, like, am I still going to keep one of these in my pocket? Yep. But these guys are going to be in my pocket too, right? For a little while, until I find that perfect device that just, you know, like, takes over. But really, I mean, there's nothing that I don't like about this. Nothing, really. It's great. I just maybe wish it was, you know, a little bit bigger of a battery still, and, you know, that I could maybe adjust the airflow a little bit. That's it. That's it. Fantastic device. I mean, Aspire knocked it out of the park with this one, and I'm excited. I mean, I want you guys to get, I want you to start sending comments like, I got this, Kevin, and I love this. Those are the types of comments that make me feel the best, right? You know, buy one for your friend that smokes, right? I mean, they're cheap. Let's convert people. I mean, it's a great conversion device. So easy, so easy. And in terms of the mouthpiece, right? I mean, it's a little bit wider. I don't know, like, I have no problems with the mouthpiece. Maybe that's another thing that if I could fucking design the vape, you know, I'd have like a little cigarette size, like 510 drip tip on there, and, you know, and maybe that'd make it a little bit easier. But I don't know. Yeah, guys, this is a great device. Buy it 100%. You won't be you won't be upset. With that said, I've got the Nautilus Prime X, I think, coming in on Tuesday. I've got some coil material to do a build on the intake mouth to lung RTA by Vape. And then, yeah, I mean, check out my other video. I got a ton of stuff coming in, like the E-Leaf Isolo Air. I've got the EVOC coming with those Caliburn G compatible coils, so that'll be cool. And yeah, with that said, guys, have fun. Enjoy the Super Bowl. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, let me know. Thanks.